a next question. With regards to the three different types, an investment that facilitates a transition in a developed country would not qualify for the same in a developed country. So that is different. How does the taxonomy cater for the different development stages of region and countries? That's the fact that we are at different stages. How do you look at that? You certainly have that debate also within Europe, actually.
For sure. The question is extremely well posed because we have that debate intra-EU, as you know very well. And exactly because of that, in January, we came out with a proposal, which again got lots of attention from the press, which is called the Just Transition Mechanism. What we say is that the transition to a more sustainable planet is a transformation, is a transition, but we don't want to leave some regions or some people behind. It's very clear that some activities will have to be abandoned. As I said, solid fossil fuels is out of the taxonomy. This means that it can still be financed, it's not outlaw, it can still be financed, banks may finance it, but if you look at it today, for example, the European banks finance about less than half of what the American banks finance of solid fossil fuels. So clearly, there is a transformation, and what we did, we launched that Just Transition Mechanism, coupled, associated with a fund called the Just Transition Fund, to ensure a fair transition and to compensate the regions which are most affected by the transformation. So we are aware that there is a transformation, as there was 30 years ago when we made the single market. Clearly, always there is some transformation effect. We want to make sure that there is no social effect from this transformation, and that's why we have a fund accompany. For the regions outside Europe, clearly the needs are different across countries, across regions, depending on the climate, depending on natural circumstances, and so on and on. And these are the differences that may be evident in the different taxonomy. But what is not different, I think, and has become extremely clear in the last few years, is the quest for having a clean planet. I mean, the air is the same. The water that you see in the port of Singapore is the same water that we see in the port of Antwerp 2 weeks later. So it's the same. We cannot claim that the objective is different. The starting points may be different, and therefore they allow or justify for different compensation mechanisms, but the end point is very much the same.